it's Jo here from Rhythm and Tunes Piano School. Just thought I'd jump on here today and tell you a little story. I think this story that I'm about to relate to you just might help highlight how sometimes, even though we have gone down a certain path, taken a certain direction, made a certain decision, doesn't matter how far down that path we go, it's never too late to change direction and do something different, make a different decision. So lots of kids have been coming through my classes this week and noticing that there is all of a sudden a hole in the wall of my studio. So I haven't had time to relate the whole story to every single class, so I thought I'd just jump on here and just let you know exactly why there is now a hole in the wall of my studio. What about I show you what I mean first? So if you just look up behind me there, I'm just going to tilt the camera. There it is. It's not a huge hole, but it is a hole. It's a fairly unwelcome hole in the wall, and I am yet to get it fixed. Anyway, so if you come to classes here at Rhythm and Tunes Piano School, you will know that I have had quite an old heating unit, air conditioner here, ever since I moved into this studio actually. So it's probably verging on the 30-year-old mark. It's one of those old box air conditioners. And it finally broke down, and I had to replace it. So I went shopping and I organised a brand new reverse cycle air conditioner to be installed, which happened about a week ago, just a bit over a week ago. I had the workmen arrive at the front door, and I think it was like 7:30 in the morning or something. I was still waking up, and they came around and we had a bit of a chat about where we were going to put it. And I had a really firm idea as to where I wanted it, and made it clear that I didn't really want the external part of the air conditioner on my back porch, so I wanted it tucked around the side. However, they quoted me about $50 extra on top of already the extremely expensive price of installing air conditioners, to put it where I wanted. I think it was about 15 metres away at $50 a metre, so that wasn't an option. Then we talked about putting that unit on the roof, and again, I don't think they wanted to get on the roof, so they quoted me something like $400 or $500 just for a roof bracket, so that wasn't an option. Then one of them just wanders around the front of the house, has a bit of a look, comes back in to the studio and said, I think we can put it on that wall, that should be okay. And then we went around the front of the house and I said, well, what about the external unit? I don't want it sort of, interrupting the facade of the front of the home. And he said, oh no, we can tuck that away behind the hedge, that's all fine, no problem. I said, okay, that sounds okay. Went back inside, washing my breakfast dishes, and then all of a sudden I thought I might just go out and just check where they're up to, what they're doing. And I walked out the front of my home, and he is in the process of drilling a hole in the front of my house on the front wall. And I said, what are you doing? And he says, I'm putting the air conditioner in. I've got to put the pipes in. And of course I didn't think about the pipes. I should have thought about the pipes. Obviously that makes so much sense to think about the piping, but I didn't think about the pipes. I just thought about the external unit. So all of a sudden I was going to have air conditioning pipes all over the facade of my home, which really just wasn't going to be a good look, and it was going to decrease the value of my home. So I said, well, I don't think we can do that. I don't know what to do. I need to speak to somebody in charge. And he said, oh, well, got on the phone to the boss and had a bit of a talk to him. And in the end, I said, look, I really don't think we can put it here. And even though he put the bracket up inside and he had half a hole drilled in the front of my home, I actually had to stop the process and say, no, we need a different option. And so we ended up just coming back inside, and the unit is now on my back porch, which is not where I initially wanted it, but a far better option than pipes all over the front of my home. So I was just thinking that this story is such a great analogy for those of you perhaps who have learned the piano in a particular way, whatever methodology you used in the past hasn't worked for you. It might work for some people, but it hasn't worked for you. And so even though you've invested time and, you know, maybe a couple of years as a kid learning that way, it just might not be the best option for you. And, you know, it's always worth considering something different. So if that sounds like you and you think that, you know, there might be a better way for you, a different approach, an alternative approach to whatever the methodology that you've used in the past, then why don't you just join me next week? I'm running another free introductory session on Wednesday morning, 11 a.m. Adelaide time. You're very welcome to join me, and I can show you through the program. So there you go. It's never too late. Catch you next time. Bye.